There's science that came out in 2005 that spoke to how the average age of the cells in our adult body is anywhere between 7 to 10 years. That's an average. Some cells generate quicker, like our skin, our nails. Some are slower, like skeletal and muscular cells. It's a myth, if you've ever heard anyone say, which I was told, that our cells completely regenerate every 7 to 10 years. So I just want to start off with the facts here. But that really spoke to me when I first heard that our cells regenerate about every 7 to 10 years. Because what I've discovered in my own life is I feel like I change every 7 to 10 years. In my 20s, I was very externally focused. I cared about external validation, approval, belonging. I was pushing down my truth self willingly and unknowingly because I cared so much about what the outside thought. That's the default of what I was doing. There was a series of circumstances leading up to around 30 years old where all of that external validation that I was seeking helped me understand at a certain point when I had a little paradigm shift internally that, holy shit, I don't even know myself. I felt disconnected from myself because I was away from it for so long. And so my 30s became all about deep inner work, self knowledge, getting to know who I am, and doing therapy and shadow work and taking evidence-based quizzes to really get to know who I am based on the inputs that I give it. Understanding the balcony descriptors or the shadow sides of the strengths. I was called to two different ayahuasca retreats. I was called to Bufo 5-MeO DMT two separate times to do extremely deep inner work, like down to ancestral stuff and understanding my mom, where she came from in Cuba, and like how that might affect me, and epigenetics. Like my whole 30s was about understanding and analyzing who I am. I'm 41 now, and I'm starting to enter some new phase. I can feel it transpiring with no real definition as to what it is. And I've just been sitting with it. I'm working with a coach on it. I'm trying to define it for myself, very heady, but I know that this new phase calls for me to be more into body and emotions and spirit, that it's not all going to be things that I understand. I keep being in like wanting to be in control around understanding things and the why behind things, but this new phase is like calling me towards flow and being, not forcing. So in this, I'm trying to figure out, who am I becoming? What is this next phase of Priscilla? And it was a circumstance amidst all this that helped me understand what this next phase might be for myself. I currently live with my fiance and a roommate, and the agreement was that I would live in this situation with a roommate for 7 months. So now that our 7 months is coming up, my fiance and I are looking for a new place. And the place that we found is not going to be available for another 2 months after our lease is up. So the normal me from my 30s would prioritize myself and hold my boundaries around, okay, I said 7 months. So if we have that 2 month gap, I'm going to go ahead and move in with my parents for that temporary 2 months until our place is open. But I was struggling with this decision. It felt like a crossroads, literally like balanced in the middle. And I didn't know which to pick. Is it, do I move in with my parents or do I stay with my fiance and our dog until the new place opens up? It was starting to help me understand that I was fiercely prioritizing myself in almost like a rigid way throughout my 30s. I was rationalizing it in a sense of, if I do what is best for me, then everybody else is taken care of. It's like I am coming from a place of a full cup. And if I have a full cup, everybody else's cup will be taken care of because I'm coming from a good place from myself. So it was interesting that I'm having this torn decision between doing what is best for me or staying with my fiance. And I was trying to analyze it, understand it, force the answer. And it wasn't until I put it to the side for a little bit and I got into some work and it wasn't top of mind anymore. And I came back to it later. Did I realize, oh, wow, I want to do what's best for us, which is a whole new way of thinking for me. And it felt genuine. I loved it. It was like, holy shit, it's not just about me. Maybe because I have a fiance now, it truly is about us. But even with my fiance, I was fiercely independent, like doing the things that I thought were best for me this whole time. And he's the best. Like he just let me be that way. So I feel like I'm evolving into this version of myself where I don't have to abandon myself like I did in my 20s. I can still prioritize my needs and not override my needs and feelings and wants while still taking others that are dear to me into account. So it's like compassionate self loyalty instead of pure self loyalty. It's compassionate for the other side, and it's an authentic desire to care for that other side and involve it in the decision. Whereas before it would just be placed to the side. It wasn't involved in the decision at all. This is the evolution. This is what I'm sitting with right now. And I love sharing things in real time. So that's where I am. Let me know if any part of this resonated with you and helped you in any way as far as where you're at in your journey.